following video will take mentors through the organisation of training sessions for Year 2 of the 2008 Boys Nursery. Firstly, pitch layout. The format we used for Year 1 of the nursery involved setting up the pitch in 2 sets of 5 mirrored stations, illustrated in red and yellow on this slide. The session commenced with a warm-up, following which the players completed a general athletic development drill and 2 code-specific drills. This blended code format will change in Year 2 to a sequential code format. In other words, all activities in the first half of the session will be more specific to one code, while in the second half of the session the activities will be specific to another code. A second difference is that in Year 2 the pitch will be divided into 12 stations. These 12 stations will be formed into 4 mirrored zones. Players within each zone will perform the same activities. In terms of allocation of mentors, to run this session successfully, we will need a minimum of 30 mentors who will be distributed as follows. 2 mentors will be allocated to each of the 12 stations. A further 4 will be assigned as zone leaders, and while not assigned to a particular station, will float among the 3 stations in their zone as the need arises. Finally, 2 mentors will be required to deal with player registration and other administrative issues. Allocation of players and initiation of the session. At 9 AM the whistle will blow. Players will line up along the centre of the field and will be assigned to their station. From 9 to 9:10 AM each station will do a warm-up. At 9:10 each station will begin its activities. On some weeks hurling may be the first code, while on other weeks football may be the first code. As an example, let's use a week where hurling goes first. At 9:10 the whistle will sound, signifying the end of the warm-up. Each of the 3 stations in each zone will begin their code-specific activity, which will consist of a code-specific athletic development and 2 hurling drills. At 9:20 the whistle will sound and players will move in a clockwise fashion within their zone to the next activity. At 9:30 the whistle will sound once again and players will once again move in a clockwise fashion to the next station in their zone. At 9:40 the whistle will sound once again. At this point the players will not move stations. Instead they will play a short match. At 9:55 the whistle will sound once again, signifying the start of a 5-minute break. During this break, the equipment at the stations will be changed over for the next code, football in this example. At 10 AM activities will start once again. Players will have remained at their station, so no allocation of players will be required. Also, as the players have been playing for 1 hour, there will be no need for a warm-up, so players will go to the first football-specific activity, which will consist of a code-specific athletic development plus 2 football-specific drills. At 10:10 the whistle will sound once again and players will move in a clockwise fashion within their zone. At 10:20 the whistle will sound once again and players will once again move for the last time. At 10:30 the whistle will sound once again and players will remain where they are but will begin a short match. In terms of the boys, how will the session differ from Year 1? Well, in Year 1, the duration of the session was from 9:15 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The session commenced with a 10-minute warm-up, followed by 5 activities. These consisted of athletic development, 2 hurling and 2 football activities. Each activity was 11 minutes in duration, and there was a 2-minute changeover between each activity. In Year 2, the session will run from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. It will commence with a 10-minute warm-up, followed by 3 code-specific activities for whichever code goes first, for example hurling. Each of these activities will be of 10-minute duration, including a short amount of time for changeover. This will then be followed by a match for the code that goes first, followed by a 5-minute break. Following the break, the second code will commence, for example football. Once again, we'll have 3 football-specific activities, each of 10 minutes in duration, including time for changeover, followed by a short football match. That will then conclude the session. For mentors, how will the session differ from Year 1? In Year 1, the structure was quite straightforward. Each station had a warm-up and then repeated the same activity 5 times. That activity could have been athletic development, it could have been a football specific activity or hurling specific activity. In Year 2, the structure is slightly more complex. Once again, mentors will have a 10-minute warm-up, but that will then be followed by 3 code specific activities, whichever code goes first, followed by a match for that code, followed by 3 code specific activities for the second code, followed by a match for that code.